Today we're talking about sweets in Scripture. Dates, figs, grapes, honey, cakes, raisins, and other fruits are sprinkled all throughout the Bible like sprinkles on a cupcake. Proverbs even tells us to eat honey because it's good for us, but warns us not to overdo it, which is good advice. And let's not forget, God described the promised land as a land flowing with milk and honey. Clearly, sweets aren't evil. They're not some sugary scheme of Satan. They have a place in the God-designed human experience. Fast forward to the millennial kingdom. This is when a river flows out from the massive new temple built in Zion, and that river literally heals the Dead Sea, and it teems with all kinds of living creatures and fish. And on its banks will be many different kinds of fruit trees. Not vending machines, fruit trees. And then, 1,000 years plus later, the new heaven and the new earth has the tree of life smack dab between the city and the river, and it bears a different fruit each month. And it's there to be eaten, and the leaves to be used as medicine. It looks like fruit is a forever food. The Bible spreadsheet has been updated. I'm going through the Bible verse by verse and pulling out every instance of human nutrition and other things as well. It's absolutely free. The link is in the description. Now, before you go huffing honey and gorging on grapes, this is not nutritional advice. If your health requires you to avoid sweets, do what you gotta do. If you're trying to lose weight, loading up with too much sweetness might slow your speed. And if you lose all self-control at the mere whiff of something sweet, like a bear raiding a campsite, you might need to abstain for a while. But for most people, a little something sweet, especially God's own patented treats like dates and figs and pomegranates and honey, is not only okay, it's actually beneficial. In fact, I've attached a PDF in the description showing the nutritional value of these biblical sweets, their glycemic index, and also how they compare to today's treats. One of the main benefits that God's sweets provide over man-made sweets is fiber, which slows your blood sugar response and helps keep things moving along. And here's where it gets juicy. Modern science is actually catching up with the Bible. Studies show that honey has far more benefits than previously realized, even for people with type 2 diabetes. Now, again, not nutritional advice. Talk to your doctor before you change anything if you need to. Honey helps with your microbiome, your brain function, respiratory health, and may even support your body while fighting cancer. So it's not just nature's candy, it's nature's gummy vitamin. Figs provide a perfect balance of potassium and magnesium, and just 2 dates can give you 30 milligrams of magnesium in a highly bioavailable form. Plus, they're delicious. I find it impossible to eat more than a few dates in any given day. They satisfy in a way that junk food just can't. I bet it's the fiber. And listen, despite what the hardcore carnivores yell at you over their meat piles, fruit actually has nutritional value, and fiber does have actual benefits. I used to be all in on carnivore. It helped me heal my autoimmune disease, and it was a great experience overall. But there's this idea floating around that space that says that you should avoid all sweet tastes forever. The goal of that way of thinking is to break a sugar addiction. That's a noble mission, and if you struggle with that, it is a helpful strategy. I've never had a full-blown sweets addiction. I've always been more partial to salty, but I did notice that when I stopped eating sweet stuff for a while, my taste buds recalibrated. So things that weren't necessarily sweet actually tasted sweet to me, which makes fruit taste so much better. So while I don't think everyone needs to avoid sweets forever, I do believe in taking breaks. If sweets throw you off course, there is no shame in abstaining. But if you can enjoy them with self-control, that's freedom, and freedom is sweet. Right now, it's summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, which means fruit is in season. Have some watermelon, try some berries or cherries, stir a little honey into your yogurt, if you like that sort of thing. But if you're laser focused on fat loss or have other reasons to abstain, feel free to hold off. That's wise. God made honey. God made fruit. He made them to be eaten and enjoyed. A little sweetness just might brighten your eyes and feed your soul. And who wouldn't want that? Next week, we're diving into the miraculous foods of Scripture. Foods that were used in miracles, foods that were miraculous, and miracles that were performed with certain foods and water. I'm including water, as well as the connections I'm making, which is completely fascinating. I've been studying the Word for over 25 years, and I am still discovering things that I know my eyeballs have seen before. When you look at the Bible through different lenses, you see vastly different things. It's one of the reasons the Bible is my favorite book. The words never change, but I always do. So I always see different things. So it's like a new book every time I open it. And I just love that. And I don't think you're going to want to miss it.